Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking through some player props I like on Prizepicks for today's NBA slate on Friday, December the 20th. Now we only have 3 games tonight, so it is a very small Friday slate. Typically we have at least like 6 or 7 games on Friday nights, but only 3 games tonight. Small slate. Still want to give you guys some props I do like for tonight. We're going to break down these props. We got 2 plays to discuss in this video. We're going to talk through why I like these plays. Now, before we do get started, guys, make sure you hit that like button down below if you enjoy these Prizepicks videos, if they do help you out. Make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys are new to the channel and if you are new to Prizepicks, go sign up for Prizepicks. Use promo code NOAH. When you sign up, you'll get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account once you place your first $5 lineup. So you play a $5 lineup, even if you lose that lineup, Prizepicks is going to give you $50 in promo funds that you can use to play and potentially win money off of, which then can be credit, which you can withdraw or continue to play with. So it's a good little boost, or it can be a good little boost kind of to start your bankroll up. If you guys want to check out Prizepicks, again, make sure to use that promo code NOAH. Now, we do also have a partnership with Sleeper, so I do want to quickly shout out Sleeper. You guys can sign up for Sleeper as well. Use promo code NOAH over there. Sleeper is running a similar promo. Play $5, get $55. So you sign up, make a deposit. You can deposit the minimum, which I think on Sleeper is $25. Sign up, use code NOAH, deposit $25. Play a $5 lineup. Even if you lose that $5 lineup, Sleeper is going to give you $55 worth of free entries. It's 11 different $5 lineups that you can use to play, potentially win money off of. It's an easy way to kind of start your bankroll up on Sleeper. And this is a really good promo for people who don't have a lot of money to put into this. If you only want to deposit $25, $30, $40, and then you want to just kind of be able to play with that for a while, this will definitely help you, because once you play that first lineup, you'll get those 11 free $5 lineups, and that's something you can play with for weeks, if you really play it smartly. So use that promo code NOAH over on Sleeper, guys. Check them out if you have not yet. But do want to talk about our props from yesterday, from Thursday's slate, before we talk through today's plays. So we did give out 3 picks on Thursday. Unfortunately, we only went 1 and 2. We had some really close calls, man. Just, some close calls that didn't go our way. The one prop that we did hit was Desmond Bane over 21.5 points plus assist. Bane luckily got there in 3 quarters. It was a massive blowout. The Grizzlies won by like 50 against Golden State, which I don't think anyone expected. Bane, I think, had 16 or 15 points, 7 assists in 3 quarters. Barely went over his PA. But then we took Clint Capella over PRA. Really liked that play on Capella. Surprisingly, though, he only played 21 minutes with Onyeka Okongwu out. Larry Nance came off the bench, played incredibly well, and they were giving more minutes to Larry Nance, which is something that I definitely did not expect. I was expecting Capella to play like 25-plus minutes. He only wound up playing 21 minutes. I think he had 20 PRA in those 21 minutes, so he was productive, just didn't quite get as many minutes as I would have expected him to get without Okongwu. And then the other play that we took was Ben Simmons over 7.5 assists. That lost by the hook. Ben Simmons finished with 7 assists. Just kind of a tough night, man, where a lot of close calls didn't go our way. But we'll try and get back out of here. Got 2 props for this Friday slate. Let's see if we can go 2-0 today. So the first prop that I like for Friday is going to be a points plus rebounds prop. And the one that I'm liking here is Joel Embiid. And we're going to take Joel Embiid for more than 35.5 points plus rebounds. So Joel Embiid is questionable for tonight. Want to mention that. He has missed their last 2 games, I believe, with a sinus fracture. Embiid's been out a lot this season. Like, he's only played in 5 games this season, I'm pretty sure. He's played in 6 games this season. So we haven't seen Joel Embiid a lot this year. But when he's been healthy, when he's played, he's still been pretty good. He did have 2 kind of slow games to start off the year, but those were in tough matchups against the Knicks and then against the Magic. He had another tough matchup against Miami, but then he did really well against Memphis, had 35 and 11, did really well against Chicago, had 31 and 12. And then last game against the Pacers, he only played the first half because he got injured, didn't return in that game, had 16 PR in the first half of that game. He had 12 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. But if you look at Embiid's minutes this season, he's pretty much played full minutes besides his first game. His first game of the season against the Knicks, he only played 26.5 minutes. But since then, 33, 31, 35, 33. And then in this Indiana game, he played 17.5 minutes. So he was on pace for about 35 minutes against the Pacers. Now, sure, he's returning from an injury, but this is a sinus fracture that he's returning from, so it's not like he's returning from a leg injury or a knee injury or a foot injury, something like that, something that could restrict his minutes. Coming back from a nose injury, you don't expect Embiid to really play limited minutes, assuming his conditioning is good, which it should be. I mean, he only missed like 2 games. So I'm expecting full minutes from Embiid here if he does play. The books, the way they're setting Embiid's lines today, they're assuming he plays full minutes here. And this is a really, really good matchup against Charlotte. Charlotte has historically been a great matchup for centers. This season, they've actually not been as giving to the center position, but I could see that kind of correcting itself as the season progresses. Now they have Mark Williams back, who's never been a great defender. Nick Richards, he'll play those backup center minutes. He's never been a great defender either. Those have been the 2 guys that Charlotte has used at the center position a lot, historically. This season, Charlotte was able to play a lot of small ball center to begin the year, but now they're kind of back to playing their traditional 5s in Mark Williams and Nick Richards. Neither one of those guys are great defenders. Both of those matchups for Embiid are ones that he should have success with. And if you look at Embiid's role this year, when he's played, even though he's playing alongside Paul George and Tyrese Maxey this year, he has still been really good. Like, he still had really good usage. His usage rate this season is almost 33%, which is still, it's over 33% actually. It's almost 34%, which is still very high. I mean, last season Embiid had a usage rate. Now, he did have a usage rate like over 38%. He was like the highest usage player in the league last season. Doesn't quite have that same usage rate, but still a usage rate nearly 34%. I mean, that's up there with some of the best stars in the league, like Giannis, Luka. Like, he's still got elite usage rate, even with playing alongside Maxey and PG this season. And then if you look at his rebound chances, like, he's still rebounded really well. Now, he's only played an average of 29 minutes per game, so it's hard to really weight his season averages because we've only seen him play full minutes in like 4 games. But he's still averaging almost 8 rebounds per game, even only playing 29 minutes per game. His minutes should be kind of in the mid-30s here. It's a pretty good matchup against Charlotte, who has historically been a bad rebounding team as well. And while I don't like to look at past history versus a team, it's hard not to look at what Embiid has done against this Hornets team in the past. Now, sure, a lot of those games, none of those games were with Paul George, and Paul George obviously on the team now, so we don't want to weight it too heavily. But man, like, you look at Embiid's games against Charlotte, 33-10, 42-15, 38-13, 53-12, 29-14, 31-6, 32-8, 43-15, 34-11. Like, I think he's over this PR line in all of his last, 9 games against the Hornets. It's a matchup he's had a ton of success in. It's a matchup he should have success in because the Hornets have historically been a great matchup for centers. I like Embiid for more than 35.5 PR here. I'm expecting him to have a pretty full workload if he does play today. This is the front end of a back-to-back for the Sixers. The Sixers do play again tomorrow. So I think if Embiid plays today, he'll probably rest tomorrow's game. And then if Embiid doesn't play tonight, then he'll probably play tomorrow. We'll see. Either way, I like this prop on Embiid, more than 35.5 points plus rebounds. And then the other prop that I like to pair with that is going to be a prop on Bobby Portis. And I like Bobby Portis for more than 21.5 PRA. I do also like Bobby Portis for more than 12.5 points, but I was kind of trying to choose between these two, and I think I'm going to side with PRA because I think if Portis gets 13 points, he should be able to also get 9 rebounds plus assists. He's been rebounding really well lately. He can get you usually like 1 or 2 assists. So I like PRA, I think, a little bit more than points, but both these props I do like on Bobby Portis. And let's talk through why I like these props on Portis. So I'm expecting Portis to have a bigger usage role tonight with no Damian Lillard. Now, taking Damian Lillard out doesn't really mean that Portis is going to play more minutes. Obviously, Lillard's a guard, Portis is a forward / center. So, Portis really only gets a minutes boost if Giannis or Brook Lopez are out. He's not really going to play more minutes, I wouldn't think, but he should definitely be more productive when he's on the floor because when you take Damian Lillard off the floor, that just opens up a ton of usage. Obviously, Giannis is going to dominate usage when he's on the floor, but typically with how the Bucks run their rotations, one of Giannis or Lillard is on the floor at all times. Obviously, that won't be the case here without Lillard, so Bobby Portis should get to play a lot of minutes without Giannis on the floor, and Bobby Portis has historically been very productive when he's played without Giannis. He's been putting up big games lately, even playing with Giannis and Lillard. Had 30 PRA against Boston, 29 against Brooklyn, 36 against Orlando, 21 against Atlanta last game. His minutes are typically kind of kept around the mid-20s. Like he's averaged, I think, 24 minutes per game this season. last few games, he's been playing about 21, 23 against Atlanta. Now, he did get over 30 minutes against Orlando and Brooklyn. I don't think we can project Bobby Portis for over 30 minutes unless he's playing really, really well. But this is a matchup against Cleveland, a team that does play big. So like maybe we see Portis and Giannis playing together a lot, or maybe we see Portis and Brook Lopez playing together a lot, because this is a matchup where you kind of need at least one, if not two bigs on the floor with how Cleveland plays. So I think there's at least some minutes ceiling for Bobby Portis in this spot. Either way, though, I'm expecting more usage here with Damian Lillard out. I'm expecting the offense to kind of run through Bobby Portis in that second unit when Portis gets those minutes without Giannis. I mean, Portis should be the guy doing a lot of the offensive heavy lifting when Giannis is off the floor. Because Portis is a guy that can soak up usage. He'll take shots. He's not afraid to shoot. He's a really good rebounder, and he can get you some assists too. He's been actually doing a little bit of facilitating lately. He's had at least 2 assists now, and I believe 6 out of his last 7 games, he's had at least 2 assists. So he's giving you some assist upside to go along with really good rebounding and scoring, which I think is what probably gets the biggest boost here is his scoring. And if you look at Lillard, or if you look at Portis this season, he's played 2 games without Damian Lillard this season. Now, it is worth mentioning that both those games were when Chris Middleton was out. Obviously, Chris Middleton is back now, but Chris Middleton's been playing limited minutes. I would expect Middleton to continue to play limited minutes. It's gonna be a while before Chris Middleton's playing full minutes. So Portis, I'm not too worried about Middleton, taking usage away from Portis. I still think Portis gets a lot of that usage in the second unit. And this season without Damian Lillard, it's only a 2-game sample. But in 18 minutes versus Toronto, Portis had 17 points and 8 rebounds, 25 PRA. And then in 24 minutes against Charlotte, he had 21 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists, 31 PRA. So 25 and 31 PRA in his 2 games without Lillard this season. I feel like the books aren't adjusting Portis' lines enough for Lillard being out. I think Portis is actually a guy that sneakily gets a big boost with Lillard off the floor. I like him for more than 21.5 PRA. I also like him for more than 12.5 points. I think that's a pretty good prop too. But since Portis is a guy that can rebound really well, can get you some assists too, I think I'm going to side with PRA. You just kind of look over his last 5 games. He's gone over PRA in 3 out of 5, whereas points he's only gone over in 2 out of 5. Like this game against Boston, he only had 9 points, but he still went over his PRA because he got a bunch of rebounds. So I think that's why I like PRA a little bit more. But both those props I think are good on Bobby Portis. Expecting a bigger role for Bobby Portis tonight, at least from a usage perspective. Maybe doesn't get a huge minutes boost, but I think usage-wise, he should be chucking when he's on the floor, with no Lillard tonight. So like those as our 2 props, guys, for Friday night's little 3-game slate. We're going to take Joel Embiid for more than 35.5 PR, and we're going to take Bobby Portis for more than 21.5 PRA. So 2 props for Friday. Let's try and hit both these plays, go 2-0 here. As always, guys, do appreciate you watching these Prizepicks videos and supporting the Prizepicks content. Make sure to hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button as well. And if you guys are new to the channel and if you are new to Prizepicks, go sign up for Prizepicks. Use that promo code NOAH when you sign up for Prizepicks with my promo code and place your first lineup. You'll get $50 in promo funds instantly added to your account. So make sure to check out Prizepicks if you have not yet. But good luck tonight. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys in the next video.